John Mechie, Jamison Williams, Slade Bolden also moving on as well, correct?
He is.
Moving on to the NFL draft. So your thoughts about the wide receiver core that gained a little criticism here late in the season of 21 as we head toward 22?
Well, I mean, and first and foremost, Jamison Williams, John Mechie, and Slade Bolden were tremendous guys. And I think all three are going to be good. They're going to be strong pros in the NFL. You look at Jamison Williams, people have him right now mocked as between maybe top 15 to even late first round. John Mechie has seen a late first, early second round grade on him. Slade Bolden, somebody between the fourth and the sixth round. Look at that and go, wow, get Slade Bolden over here to our franchise. So all three big-time young men, and respect all three of them. But when you look at this young group of guys that are back, Mark, you can't put the blame solely on them just due to they could have been involved more in games, especially when you look at when Alabama was able to get blowout wins over the Southern Mississippis, over the New Mexico states, over the Mercers, and the Mississippi states of the world. I think Alabama won that game 49-9. In those matchups, you would want to see those young guys out there a bit more, but don't know why they were not out there a bit more, but that's besides the point. But having these guys back, Ja'Cory Brooks got some experience last year. And he's going to be looked at more this upcoming season, starting in the spring. J.I. Hall, the guy that flashed in the A-Day game last year, did not get much chances to do anything this season, this past season on the field, but he was out there for the national championship game against Georgia. Yes, he dropped passes, and he apologized for that performance to the fans on social media, but he did catch 2 passes for 52 yards. The potential's there. The ability is there. And I think being out there on the field in that moment, it sort of locked him in and helped him understand everything matters at Alabama. My work ethic matters. My practice habits matter. Everything on and off the field matters. So I think Hall is going to be good. Christian Leary and JoJo Earl, that's going to be fun in the slot with Slade Bolden going. Who takes over the slot between those two? You have a Christian Leary, who's a 10.5, 100-meter dash sprinter. You have a JoJo Earl, who's a bit more quicker than fast. So we'll see where that goes. Trayshawn Holden has experience. He is the roommate of Bryce Young, and those two have a relationship going back to the high school camping days in California. So that'll be interesting there as well. And then you have some freshmen in here when you just discuss Aaron Anderson out of Louisiana, Shaz Preston out of Louisiana, Kobe Prentice out of Alabama, and then Isaiah Bond from Beaufort, Georgia. So it's going to be fun to watch here how this wide receiver room shapes out, because it's going to be competition all across the board. But having those guys like a Hall, a Leary, a JoJo Earl, a Ja'Cory Brooks, and a Trayshawn Holden that did get some experience this past season, good moving forward here to spring ball.
Holden caught 21 with a touchdown. Harris, of course, had that amazing over-the-shoulder connection with Bryce Young to save the season against Auburn with just a few seconds left on the clock to force overtime. And, Stephen, I got to say that the comment that you made about Hall feeling as though he needed to go on Twitter to apologize to the fans, this is the sad state that we're in when it comes to social media. As long as the young man's out there giving a strong effort, he shouldn't have to apologize for dropping a pass.
I mean, he shouldn't have to, but Mark, this goes back to what I mentioned. A lot of these young guys should have been playing more in the regular season to have that confidence where if you're put in a big moment, you understand what you're doing. And so a lot of fans go back to, well, Stephen, Alabama threw Devontae Smith and Henry Ruggs and Jerry Jeudy out there in 2017. And I have to remind people, well, those guys played in those blowout games. Those guys played in the 2017 blowout of Vanderbilt. They played against Arkansas. They played against Tennessee. They played against Charleston Southern. So by the time the second half of the national championship game against Georgia came around, Jeudy, Ruggs, Smith, they had veteran mindsets out there because they played in those blowout situations.
Yeah, excellent thought there.